What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into the channel. My name is Rock Soldier, and today we're going to be reacting to Ren Money Game 3 SGP Rehearsal. Super excited to check this out, guys. We're going to hop right into it. Let's get it. I like the sick boy bracelet. Those are pretty sick. No pun intended.
I want this piano so bad, bro. Nice. I want one.
His vocalizations are always just so fucking incredible, man.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old and his first words were mine, mine, give me. 2 years old he was walking. 3 years old walking quickly. 4 years old he was running round the pavements of his city. 5 years old and his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. A man he works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, talking the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised the wrong.
You can really see him like focusing on some of the pauses in between the words and the enunciations on some of the words as well. Like when he said son, like he puts like a lot of like son, you know, or I think it was man actually. You got to learn to be a man, you know, like he like puts some like emphasis on it. And then right there, you know, when he's made it, or when he's excelling in school and now he's student number 1, like the way he kind of like slows it up and stuff, I think you really can kind of see him practicing like those little nuances, I guess, maybe, for lack of a better word.
Listen here, son, you gotta learn.
Oh, he did it on both. He did it on both.
He works for what he wants. 6 years old and he's reading, writing, talking the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old and he's praised the wrong usual grades. 9, he's paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. 15, IQ 150, still elevated. 16, he develops complex software code that detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocol. 17, he sells his vision, keeping the share. Not yet an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, his daddy tells him, now you're a man, this world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposit. 21, his income rockets. 22,
Sorry. I love the way the piano like really just kind of drives the pacing of the story, right? Like when those high notes come in, like it starts off like all eerie, like you know the story's gonna be probably not a happy one, right? I mean, you can kind of just tell it comes in with that kind of sound, with that kind of feeling, and then the higher pitched notes come in, and you kind of start to get the sense that like things are gonna start spiraling a bit as I think he's going through his teenage years there. And then like right here, like it really starts to pick up, and you're like, okay. Like I just love the way the piano like drives the whole pacing of the story here. They do such a great job with that.
So take all that you can. 19, he turns a profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposit. 21, his income rockets. 22, lose the truth, just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, a lie will sell itself. 23, a life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy told him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he switches business to arms. He's 27, building nuclear shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, the role of counsel in the president's suite. And now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race. You're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 32, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval. Moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 33, moving grams, growing kilos to tons. 34, feeling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. Blind eye from the inside of his pocket. Ring, 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 ring. We should maybe get a phone on the fucking table bit on stage. Anyway. 35. He gets
I like that he like included like the noise of the telephone there, even though he didn't have one, just to kind of keep it true to what the final product should be, you know.
On the fucking table bit on stage. Anyway. 35. He gets a call. I'm sorry, son, but it's your father. Had a heart attack. I'm sorry, he's gone. 36. Getting pissed up, abusing his product. 37. Eyes glazed, disposition, the money. 38. With a prostitute, a moment of passion. Heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 38. Getting reckless and hungry for power. Daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. He retaliate and leave him in the hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra, one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. I don't know how that's all still in there. Fuck me. Yeah, it's in there. So I fucked up a few of the ages, but that was it, man. So
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, man. That was
sick, man.
Yeah.
So good.
Shit, man.
That was easy.
Nice.
Yeah. I thought that was going to be a word stumbler, that one. I think it's because we did it so many
fucking times.
It's like hard.
Yeah, I was just thinking, I don't know what SGP Rehearsal means. Do you guys know what SGP is? The only SGP I know is Same Game Parlay. We're talking about music. We're not talking about sports betting. So
That one. I think it's because we did it so many
fucking times.
It's like hard ingrained into the back of my brain, man. Yeah, sick, man. Well, let's just do it a few times, and I think
Yeah.
you played it perfectly. There was a few ages that I stumbled up. I just need to. It's hard to keep track of them sometimes.
The tempo, how's it feel? Good?
It feels good slower, man. I think live.
In context.
I think live it's nicer when it's a bit slower, because in the video it kind of adds to the tension when it's got that kind of a little bit of speed to it. But I think letting the words breathe a little bit live, I can kind of emphasise a lot of the emotion of them. So I like it, that tempo.
Fine.
I think it's good. Yeah, I think consciously just when you get on stage, just be like, I mean, I know that I'm kind of setting the pace a bit, but just like
Yeah.
if you feel like it's rushing, then just kind of put it back.
I mean,
because it'll be like a dance between you and me. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
tempo-wise.
No, it's fine, but it's just good to know because in the video it was like on the side of slightly forward.
Yeah, no, it was. Yeah.
on the
And
side of
you know what?
space.
If there's ever any point on stage that I feel like it could be faster or slower,
Yeah.
I'll just be like that for faster or kind of like that for slower.
Alright.
I'll just look at you.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to be fine, man. It's almost like your tempo and my lyrics kind of
Fair.
affect each other in
Yeah,
a way
yeah.
that either pulls or pushes it a little bit. So no, it's fucking hell, man. I didn't expect it to just like click like that straight away. Good. Yeah.
You did though.
What's that?
You did expect it to a little bit.
Well, no, I knew Charlie would kill it. I didn't know I would kill
yeah,
it.
of course.
Yeah. I knew Charlie was going to smash it. I didn't know I was. It was a kind of surprise. I was like, oh yeah, all the words are there. I was like, okay, good.
I mean, have you ever repeated something that much? It was.
Unfortunately, yes. Charlie.
Really?
Yeah. Money Game Part 1 was 138 takes, man. That was a fucking
138 takes.
It was
Holy.
like 4 a.m. and it ended with me pouring olive oil into my eyes. It was very.
Olive oil. Is that what that was? That's kind of cool that we kind of got like a quick peek into the first Money Game, right? Because at the end, that's when he pours the gasoline on himself. Now that I think about it, like it definitely, like, when it's coming out, it definitely doesn't have the consistency of water, right? Like, it'd be very easy to just use something like water. So, I mean, to like use olive oil, ooh, that's interesting. I like it though. I like it. And when he does those vocalizations in the beginning, like that is something that that's like a perfect part to kind of play around a bit as an artist, in terms of like a live performance. Like you don't have to deliver that part the same every single time. Like he'll be able to have like play around with different vocalization groupings, I guess, for the intro of the song when he does go to do it live and stuff, right?
Let's do this one more time so it solidifies itself in my head. So, 3.
Sorry, ad came up.
Let me tell you a story about a boy named Jimmy. 1 year old, his first words were my, give me. 2 years old, he was walking. 3 years old, walking quickly. 4 years old, he was running round the pavement of his city. 5 years old, his daddy told him, listen here son, you gotta learn to be a man. He works for what he wants. 6 years old, he's reading, writing, top of the bunch. And when he's 7, his progression made him student number 1. 8 years old, he's praised for unusual grades. 9, his parents paid for private school to nurture the flame. 10, 11, 12, 13, he ascends and ascends. His daddy tells him, son, money is the means to all ends. 14, solving complex mathematical equations. At 15, IQ 150, still elevating. 16, he develops complex software code, detects weaknesses in cybersecurity protocol. 17, and he sells his vision, keeping that share at an adult, but he's practically a millionaire. 18, his daddy tells him, nah, you're a man, this world don't give a damn about you, so take all that you can. 19, he turns to profit, stocks and shares, invest in product. 20, double down deposits. 21, his income rockets. 22, learns the truth, just an obstacle to wealth. If you manipulate the data, then the lie will sell itself. 23, life of luxury, crystal and cocaine. He's 24, he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy told him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business.
Yeah, it's very cool to see him, like, practice, or just maybe like take a look at, the different pacings and the different pauses and the different like breaking down of words here, like at the rehearsals, kind of try to find, the one that he enjoyed most, which was ultimately probably what was released. And I love the way the like the studio version, the final product came to life. I think it sounds phenomenal. So kind of see him messing around with this part is pretty cool, because there's a lot of like unique like cadences, I think would probably be the right word, that he does throughout this song, and it's such a long song, kind of like he was saying earlier, that like it's kind of hard for him to, kind of maybe remember sometimes. I mean, I don't fucking blame him. The thing's like 7-8 minutes long, right? So.
Or he makes the Forbes list, they're applauding his name. 25, and his daddy told him, listen here son, while you're sitting in that palace, that don't mean that you won. 26, a business shift, he twitches business to arms. 27, dealing nuclear and shells in Iran. 28, inside the Senate, money bought him a seat. He's 29, a role of counsel in the president's suite. Now he's 30, his daddy says you're losing the race, you're just a servant to the king, not even in second place. 31, a big maneuver for his daddy's approval, moving imports over borders from the exports out of Cuba. 32, moving grams, growing kilos a ton. 33, filling warehouses with powder and guns. 34, turf war with nobody to stop it. A blind eye from the po-po inside of his pocket. 35, he gets a call. I'm sorry son, but it's your father had a heart attack. I'm sorry he's gone. 36, getting pissed off, abusing his product. 37, eyes glazed, disposition demonic. 38, with the prostitute, a moment of passion, heating up a silver spoon and then chasing the dragon. 39, getting reckless and hungry for power. His daddy's words are still driving him to kill and devour. Makes a move against the cartel, but the strategy's flawed. They retaliate, leaving me in the hospital ward. A bullet buried in his vertebra and one in his leg. The doctor sighs and says, I don't think you'll be walking again. Fuck. Yeah man, it sounded great, mate. I really like the dynamic shift to that. It's really cool.
Man, that's it.
Yeah, I really like the dynamic shift to that. I think we're gonna get a great version, man. Yeah.
Sick, man.
Fucking smashed it, man. Sounds perfect.
Are you free now? Are you done?
All right, so that was Ren with the SGP rehearsal of Money Game 3. Still don't know what SGP is, so let me know, please. But yeah, no, this is really cool to see. Kind of like a behind the scenes of making a movie almost. I mean, this was really cool just kind of see him go through a couple different takes of the song, and kind of coming out with a couple different versions and stuff to kind of get a feel for what he likes and what he thinks ultimately is gonna come across the best, and that's ultimately how we ended up with the version that we all know, right? So I mean, this was just super cool to kind of see some behind the footage and maybe kind of see him in a light that is maybe a little more open or personal, I guess, right? I mean, because he's kind of just there with friends and whatnot, kind of just doing his thing. So you kind of get to see like kind of a side of him that like maybe you wouldn't see as easily out and about. I'm not saying he's putting on any kind of facade or anything, but just everyone has acts different in certain situations and whatnot. So it was kind of cool to kind of get like a peek behind the curtain, not only into the song but into Ren and like his work process as well. So overall, I enjoyed this one, and hopefully you guys did as well too. If you did, please make sure to leave a like, hit that sub button, hit that bell, we're dropping the next one. That's all I got for you. That's all I got for you guys for now. It's your boy Rock Soldier. Hope you have a great rest of your night, even better tomorrow, and I'll talk to you in the next one. All right, guys, peace.